There was a video, it was trending all over the internet yesterday, and it had to do with twerking. Now, you know what twerking is? It's when you, in a sort of cartoonish way, caricature the physical aspects of sex, and this is passed off for dancing now, and so it's very grotesque. I mean, I'm not saying I'm horrified or offended by it. It's just grotesque because it's not something one would like to see. It's not particularly beautiful, not graceful, not edifying, and not dignified. And there was a business owner who came in, and he's a black business owner, and he was calling out the black community generally. And he said, when people come in and maybe they drink too much and they start twerking, this is degraded behavior, and he's not going to tolerate it.
I invested a lot of money into buying this building, into developing this concept, so black people can have somewhere nice to go to, okay? Somewhere where we can feel good about ourselves as a... Come on! Stop the music, please! Somewhere where our people can feel good about ourselves as a culture, okay? Yeah. No, real talk. And so all this twerking and take it to Prime, take it to Pink, don't bring it here because we're a restaurant. And so beyond that, 75% of my customers are ladies. And I want men to show respect for themselves for how they carry themselves here. So how can I tell the men to respect themselves and you guys are twerking on glass here? If you want to do it, get the out my restaurant. Because I did it for our people and I did it for our culture. So don't do it now. Don't do it again. I don't want to hear it. If you don't like it, get out because I don't need your money. I need to provide something for my people. And don't do it again. Thank you.
That guy's absolutely right. He lost his temper and he said a word he probably shouldn't have. He kind of undercut his point a little bit because he said, be respectful of people, be respectful of women. Then he, gets a little carried away. But the point he's making is totally right. Do not do that. And this is a big divide here. You've got basically the entire left on the side of, yeah, twerking's empowering, degrade your body, treat yourself as just a physical meat puppet. Do whatever, pursue your appetites, that's empowering, right? The left tells you that. Even the libertarian right often tells you that. You'll hear people on the libertarian right say that sort of degraded behaviors or drag queen story hour are actually blessings of liberty, to invoke a phrase from our founding fathers, all of whom would have been horrified at twerking and would have almost certainly applauded that business owner for saying what he said. You see that kind of is one side of the divide. Then you have conservatives on the other saying, no, just don't do that. We need to have standards. And I think this is something that conservatives have gotten wrong, particularly in the realm of political correctness for a long time. But it's something they've gotten wrong at trying to fight the left since the cultural revolutions of the 1960s all the way up to the present, which is that the right has taken the bait. The left came in and upended all of the old standards. Conservatives used to have standards. I know we like to pretend that we didn't in the past, but Joe McCarthy was not a liberal, okay? The House Un-American Activities Committee was not liberal. The Hays Code that governed Hollywood and did in a way censor Hollywood, but it gave us some of the greatest movies ever made, that was conservative. That wasn't liberal. And what I think the left has convinced conservatives of in the past 50 years is that actually we shouldn't have any standards. That if you're a real conservative, then you want people to do whatever they want. You're for pure freedom in a very degraded understanding of what that freedom is. Yeah, twerking, that's totally conservative. Yeah, vulgarity and obscenity everywhere and, all sorts of disordered relationships and all that, that's totally conservative. It's not. It's not a blessing of liberty. It's not conducive to human flourishing. Every society has standards. We should have standards too. I totally applaud that restaurant owner for doing his part to try to fix the culture a little bit and actually having some confidence to articulate a standard. And I think a lot of conservatives should pay attention to what he's saying. We've been making this mistake on the right with regard to how we approach the new standards of the left. We used to have ballroom dancing, now we have twerking. The conservative perspective would be that the waltzing is better than the twerking. The more hands-up, laissez-faire perspective that conservatives have been deceived into embracing is that, oh, who cares? You do you. One guy wants to ballroom dance, one guy wants to twerk. It's kind of the same thing. You can just do whatever you want. No, I don't think so.